Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Your Time to Shine, a radio show designed to help you explore your own divine gifts. Good evening, and thank you so much for being here with me this evening, and I hope you are all doing well out there. Wow, welcome to March. Can you believe we are in the third month of the year? Yeah, third month of the year. Can you believe it? I can't. It seems like it's just flown by already in some kind of a weird time warp. So the other day I was talking with a friend, and with March coming in, and we had a really strong full moon not too long ago, and it just felt like the energies were really intense. And there were a lot of things floating around, and a friend and I were talking, and we were like, wow, we just feel like, we're questioning, what is our purpose? What is our path? And, talking to a few others. And I think it was all the energies that were going around in the universe, because people collectively were kind of saying the same thing. Like, what is my purpose? And what is my path? And what am I supposed to be doing here? Well, welcome to March. March being the third month of the year. It's really about setting up our goals and setting up our path, and this is not the month, not the time to dilly-dally with all of those creative things that you've been planning to do, whether it be a new business, a new job, a new venture, adventure even, right? It is time. This is the month for doing, and it is the time to get things done. So I pulled a couple cards tonight for you all out there. And as I'm thinking about March and thinking about it being the third month and what it all means, a couple of really interesting things came up. Number one, all the cards I picked are green. And typically March is, you have St. Patrick's Day in there, and it's really all about green. It's about spring. Springtime is just around the corner to remind us, that the long winter days are starting to wane away. So no surprise that I picked all green cards for you tonight. But the ones that I got were freedom, nurturing, and divine assistance, right? And then the other one is all is well in my world. All green cards. So, as you are sitting in this third month and you've had all these creative ideas coming up or things that you're planning, and now being the time to activate and to move through all of those things, you've got the freedom card to, fill yourself with this self-acceptance, the worthiness, the knowing that you can do this, the knowing that, you have free will, you have freedom. The idea of nurturing yourself, nurturing your ideas based on all of this, right? And then being open, the divine assistance, asking for the help from your guides and your loved ones, and then being open to the receiving of it, right? Being in that awareness and in that state of saying, okay, I've asked for this, so now I wait for my guidance, for that knowing that it's happening, the understanding that it's happening, the feathers, the coins, the verification that things are moving, things are flowing in that direction. And then just knowing that all is well in your life, right? Trusting the universe, trusting your loved ones on the other side who are helping you achieve and obtain your goals, right? All very important pieces to getting moving in this third month of 2023. So it's a really high charged time right now. So take advantage of it. Take advantage of that feeling of movement and wanting to move. I know I have been just in that mode of, pushing through and, writing my classes and, doing all those things, that active movement into that path that you want to be in, right? So it's continuing that force, continuing that flow, and then stepping back and having the trust and the knowing that universe is working in your favor, that the universe is working to help you gather all those things and put you back on that path that you have been asking for, right? So there you have it, March, fantastic month. Lots to look forward to in this year. March is going to set you up for what the rest of your year is going to look like. So make it count. Okay. Awesome. Right now we have a caller on board. We have Tina in New South Wales, Australia. Good evening, Tina, and welcome to Your Time to Shine.
Thank you, and good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon.
Yeah, sunny day here.
Yes, and you?
It's a sunny day here, I said.
Well, it was a sunny day here for me in the Pacific Northwest, but it's dark right now. It's nighttime.
Yes.
What can I do for you this evening?
Well, I guess I'm curious about my work,
Okay.
my career, not so much career, it's more about work in the world,
Okay.
What my greatest calling is.
Okay. Perfect. Well, Tina, let me just do a quick check-in here to see what your guides and your loved ones have to say. And as I'm doing that, there's going to be just a moment of silence as I'm tuning in, and then I'll be right back with you, okay?
Thank you.
Okay, Tina. What I'm getting is that there is there's something within medical for you in the medical field. It's like I get this sense of helping hands and using your hands, being in that motion, being in that service of, and I feel like there's been some big shifts and changes for you. And they're coming as a little bit of a surprise, almost like you're not really sure what to do with them. You have a very strong, keen, and sense of intuition and awareness about you as well, and that really helps you within your path, within your career and your job. Are you in the medical field right now?
I wouldn't say I'm in a medical field, but I definitely work in the health sector.
In the healthcare, okay. So yes, there's definitely this. They keep saying awareness, big awareness to what you can do. It feels like you're in one type of field or one type of career, but you're really longing to like jump out of that and leap into something new, right?
That's correct.
moving into something bigger than you thought once before. So it's what they're showing me is it's almost like you kind of started in this healthcare system, and it's like that was your baby step, right? And
Yes,
now you feel like
that's
you
correct.
kind of, yep, you feel like you kind of mastered that baby step, and you're wanting to go into that next level. But you're holding back because you're not sure if you're quite ready, or um, if that's the right direction. And it is time. They're showing me it is time to take that next leap. That's really what's being shown, is that you need to move forward and know that um, you have all the tools that you need to be able to take that next level and to take that next step.
Okay.
Okay. They're saying trust your gut, because it's not wrong and you're not trusting it right now. Right?
Well, there's a few things. I don't know how much time we have, but
we've got a few minutes.
Okay, so I work with a crisis support line, helping people who are at the worst suicidal, and helping to prevent suicide. And I'm wanting to basically, I'm looking at doing either public speaking. At the moment, I'm starting to write because I need to write speeches. I'm thinking of writing a book. I'm even thinking of writing children's books so as to educate children about spirit and that they're not alone. And at the same time, it's adults that read those books to kids. So it's also about educating adults and opening up the minds of adults as they are, reading to their children. So, there's speaking, there's writing, and there's quite a few different issues as well. And I'm just not sure which issue to tackle first, but kind of why I'm sitting where I'm sitting. One of the issues is working with LGBT community, because I'm aware that the young people are committing suicide at very high rates, much higher than the dominant culture. 4 times out of the same-sex attracted are committing suicide at 4 times the dominant culture, and young transgender people 11 times that of the dominant culture. And I'm not altogether happy about what's happening with the whole transgender movement, but I value life and I want to save lives. And it's really about waking people up to spirit and their spirituality, because really I see that as key.
Yes.
Key to everything.
Yes. Yeah, so Tina, I'm getting like a huge, when you said that you wanted to be on stage and speaking, it was just like, it was like lightning. It was like, yes, you must be on stage to share your knowledge and share what you are experiencing, right? With your clients, experiencing what you are talking to with your callers, right? Big issues that you are, going to be speaking about that can change people's lives. I am being shown that you will draw a lot of people. You have a way about you. You have this, let me see how they explain it to me. This big personality that is very gentle. It's very gentle. And you are able to bring the masses together with the work that you can do. And so you can reach out and touch a lot of people through your speaking. And so that is definitely something.
Because I also sing and I play guitar and I write songs, and I see myself using all of my skills, like my singing ability, my speaking ability, and also using a bit of costumery as well, because I have done theatre. So I'm thinking of, you can always use a bit of costume to brighten things up.
Yes.
and
Yes.
make it fun, because I actually won't talk about very deep, painful issues
Yes.
that we must not keep turning away from and ignoring anymore. I also understand the importance of bringing levity to people so that they can laugh and release tension as they're going on that journey with me, or sing and open their heart. That kind of thing, what I'm seeing myself doing.
Yes. And I can definitely see you like doing both things, right? I can see you bringing the seriousness to it, but then going through and lightening it up with your singing, right? Do you play guitar? Did you just tell me that you play guitar? Or okay,
Yes,
because that's the
I
vision.
do.
That's the vision that I'm seeing. It's like you up on stage with a guitar, right? And bringing at the end, bringing that lightness back into it, so people go, "Oh, yeah, this is great. Wow, what a great speech." And it's just like it's bringing all those elements in. It's about using your voice. Everything that you're talking about is about using your voice. It's about speaking. It's about singing. It's all about that. So you with your voice is what you are supposed to be doing right now, is speaking.
And writing as well. Although
writing,
it's not directly using my speaking voice, it's still using my voice to affect people, with my ideas or thoughts or stories.
Right.
And even other people's stories is what I'm wanting to garnish, from people, is getting other people's stories and telling other people's stories, people who don't have the confidence perhaps to get up on stage, but I can use their stories as well and take them with me in that way.
Right. Right. Exactly. I see that. I do see that, but it's almost like they're showing me like a tear down. So like it's a secondary, but it's a way for you to express. You are absolutely right. It's still a way for you to voice your thoughts and your messages. And that is going to be a very big piece that you do. But it's almost like they're saying, start with that speaking piece. Use your writing to create the speeches, to create your outlines, right?
Yep.
And then go from there, because there are so many different facets.
And what about the children's books? Is that a plausible idea of writing children's stories? Because I have this ability to write things that are very lyrical, so rhyming kind of stuff. And I've just sort of been looking at a program for writing and self-publishing children's books, and I just see that as a way of affecting, the younger generation, like the really little kids, but also the parents,
Right.
I'm curious about the children's book.
Yeah, so I'm getting a very big yes on the children's books. But again, it's almost like it's almost like it's down a level, they're showing me, right? It's like they're really wanting you to focus on your speaking abilities, right? It's almost like they're saying, don't start too many things at once, right?
Yes.
You can do all those things. You've got so many creative things running through your head, and they're fantastic ideas. They really are, right? So, write them down. Say, okay, I'm going to write a children's book and it's going to be based on this. And I'm going to speak and I'm going to talk about this, right? So like write all your ideas down, but then go back to them and let the ones that just really hit you rise to the top and do those first. But keep this list handy, right? So when you start going into one level, like into your speaking and being on stage and whatever that looks like for you, right? And when you've got like a sense of it's not accomplishment, because this is going to be something that's going to be morphing into bigger things for you. But once you feel like you've kind of gotten your your feet in the water, so to speak, then you can go to the next one on your list. Okay, which is the next one that's rising to the top, right? So it's like you're taking them still like in little baby steps, little chunks, as to not just do all of them at the same time. Because what they're showing me is you're going to get so many ideas and you're going to get so many things started, and then you're going to get overwhelmed because none of them are really, they're still in their infancy and their beginning stages. So you need to get one of them up and off the ground before you can start looking at the next one. Does that make sense?
And this, yes, it does. And this stage that you're saying, is this a physical stage or is this like a key platform?
I actually see you on stage in front of a crowd or a group of people.
Yeah, that's
an actual speaking engagement. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
But they're saying you can also you can also be in that virtual piece, right? I don't know, maybe you start a YouTube channel, or just to get out there and get a feel for that. But I do see that this is really more about being on a physical stage in front of people, engaging in their energies, and them engaging in your energy. That's the big piece. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I've got another question.
Okay.
It's a different topic. Are you open to that?
Sure.
I'm curious about an unrequited love.
Okay. Is this somebody that you have? I'm getting this feeling of that you guys have been connected before and you're almost circling back with it again. I mean, have you had a relationship with this person?
No, I met this person a long time ago, though, 30 odd years ago.
Okay, so there was a prior connection.
They left, and then they've come back into my sphere again, and yeah, I have had quite a lot of feelings come up, and I've also made that known, and I've been told that they're not available and they don't have feelings for me. But I believe the first bit that they're not available because there was someone else, but I don't believe the second bit that they don't have feelings for me, because I feel like I've had a lot of double messages.
Yeah, I can see that there is a very deep connection between the two of you guys. It's like I'm being shown like strings or etherical cords that are still tied to you guys that were never really cut. So there are things that it's almost like things were left unsaid, or things that what am I trying to say here? That unfinished business. Thank you. It's like there's unfinished business with the two of you. And so I think that it's like there was a separation between the two of you guys, and then you went on and did your own lives. And now both of you are looking at the situation again through a different lens.
You think this is a twin flame?
I'm not sure that it's really a twin flame. I think that you guys have a lot of the same energies and very deep connection with one another. They're showing me that right now is not the time for the two of you. But it's almost like there needs to be an amends, if that makes sense to you.
An amends.
Like, again, it's that unfinished business. I keep being pulled back to unfinished business. Like there were things that should have been said, or maybe there's apologies that need to be made. I'm not really sure. But it just
From
feels
me
like,
to the other person, or from them to me?
yeah, they're showing me there's a little bit of both, right? There's a little bit of both of you coming together to say, it's almost like you don't know what happened, right? With the relationship, or what went awry, right? And it's taken this time to go through that period to understand, oh, I think that's what happened, right? It's almost like closing this chapter of this book, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you guys can do that, then there's going to be a lot of energy. I mean, this energy is really ecstatic, like it's very electric, but it's also very heavy. So by talking this through, maybe it's a cup of coffee, maybe it's a phone conversation, right? But there needs to be some things said between the two of you before these cords can be cut, before you can feel this lightness around it all. I'm not really getting that you guys are supposed to be together right now. Will that change down the road? Kind of hard to say right now. They're not really giving me a very good answer to that question. It's just that there's some things that need to be said, is what it comes down to. And I think that's why
I don't know what else. I don't know what else I could say. I've pretty much said everything I feel like I could say.
Okay.
I feel like I'm better off backing right off and creating some space for.
Mm-hmm. It could be that there is something that he needs to tell you, right? So again, in order for those cords to be cut, there needs to be some work through this. Okay. And Tina, we're coming up to the last few seconds of our show, so I need to say good night. So I want to thank you so much for calling in and being with us tonight.